Hey everyone, in this video I'm talking about another super exciting penny stock coming to the fore at the moment, up 700% in the last 2 weeks alone. Reasons for doing so I will explain later on in the video. I'm just trying to get the word out that this is a company that still has an awful lot of potential, whether it's a short-term play to make a quick profit or a long-term hold. I'm considering doing both. Super important, of course, that you do your own due diligence as well. Now, the company is called Corporate Universe, ticker COUV. Well worth a look into, even if ultimately you decide that it isn't for you. Please smash that like button today, guys. I would love the support and consider subscribing to my channel as well. Let's take a look. Let's get in there. I'll see you on the flip side of the intro and let's have a look at this company. See you there. Hello everybody, welcome into the video. So here we are looking on Yahoo Finance at Corporate Universe. As you can see, up 53% in the last day's trading on the 31st of December. A share price of 32 cents a share. High volumes going on, a lot of positive stories in the news recently. Obviously I'm going to move on to them currently. The share price has bounced up particularly well in the last month or so with some really big catalysts. I will quickly pop on over to the first reason. So it is making such an impressive move, 700% up as we've seen, because they've taken on a 51% stake in Medifico Corporation, which is a company that produces a mask that helps deal with the global pandemic at the moment, that eliminates 98% of particles of the pandemic that's going to actually cause you some trouble. So the company has got well involved in this, and obviously this is a significantly big news story at the moment. The pandemic isn't going anywhere despite the vaccines that are going on and being rolled out at the moment. There is still significant spots of the pandemic all over the world, and it's going to be quite a while before the rollout of the vaccine becomes as effective as it should. So there's one big news story. The next one is it is getting involved, Corporate Universe is getting involved in the Zapgo battery EV technology company. It is acquiring a significant stake in this company that has over 30 patents and has a 25 million of research and development. They're currently developing a battery that does not use rare earth minerals. So a lot of EV companies, they use lithium ion batteries or batteries that ravage the environment, and okay, they plug in and they've got zero emissions and everybody's like, yay, they don't use fossil fuels. But what they do is use metals that are from mines that you exploit potentially child labour. They still rip up the environment and do a lot of damage. This company is purporting to caveat that by recycling them when they are done and not use these rare earth metals in the first place, which is a really great sort of thing for the environmentalists to look into. Now, it's estimated that the market was obviously worth an awful lot of money, $113 billion in 2019, the battery market, and that is due to grow threefold over the next 5 to 7 years according to Grandview Research. This growth is absolutely huge, and obviously Corporate Universe is hoping to leverage this by taking such a big stake in this company and then take advantage of the pandemic in the short term to help produce these masks. That is a really good news story. So two quickfire news stories that is going to and is bound to get investors like ourselves interested. And then the next really good news story that I found is that it reduced its shares outstanding not so long ago. So it does date back a little bit, 25th of August 2020, but the company announced that it retired 106 million shares, that it basically just got bought back and then binned off, which was 20% of the outstanding shares. So that reduced how many shares were outstanding. So that returned value to investors straight away, because though it's a supply and demand thing, 106 million shares aren't on the market anymore. So that delivered a little bit of an uptick in the share price. Not huge, because the company is still, of course, a penny stock, but that is a significant statement of intent from the company to just retire those shares instead of trying to sell them on for more equity. That is a really, really good news story in my opinion. It shows confidence from the management team in what they are doing going forward. And then talking about the corporate universe itself, so they are obviously a publicly traded company. They're seeking to grow a diversified portfolio of companies and a strong asset base with solid cash flow to offer their financial support and managerial support to take these companies to the next level, even though corporate universe itself is still seeking to get itself listed on a major stock exchange. So why invest in corporate universe? Well, as they've said, they're building a diversified asset base with investments ranging across a whole plethora of industries. The two that we speak of, they're extremely relevant right now. The EV sector seems to just need, all it seems to need is EV in its name, and that delivers from shareholders and investors at the moment because it's a really hot topic. Same with a pandemic based company as well, a bio company. These are really hot companies. Now the trouble is with the EV companies is that the market and the sector is getting ever more packed with these companies. And then original manufacturers themselves, the likes of Mercedes, BMW, they're actually bringing their own versions of cars to the market as well. So that means inevitably there isn't going to be space for all of these companies to compete, especially with the likes of Tesla that already dominates the sector anyway. So some companies are going to get squeezed out. So we need to look as investors as to what companies are going to have competitive advantage, unique selling points going forward that will differentiate them from the others. And I think this ZapGo company that we've just briefly looked into there, with the no rare earth minerals in their batteries and recyclable batteries, that might just help them differentiate themselves long term. So for me personally, this company is well worth a look at just based on that point alone. Penny stocks are obviously very tricky to assess. Corporate universe is again one of those things. You're going to have to do your due diligence massively on this one and find out everything you can. You can play it two ways. You can flip it for a quick term profit because of the excitement that's going to be around this stock over the coming days, or you can hold it for the long term based on what they've got themselves into and what they're acquiring and gain value that way. I'm going to probably play it the same way, to be fair. I think I'm going to look for a short-term profit, cash out my original investment and then hold some of the shares for the long term, because the 30 cents price is essentially a bargain. Definitely important to remember, I can't stress this enough, that you need to, with penny stocks, only invest what you can afford to take a significant hit on or lose completely. Now the due diligence should take care of that, to be fair. You don't want to be investing in a complete mess, so that you might be able to get around that, but you need to be prepared that some of these companies are very volatile and you could take a significant hit to your money very quickly, even though you might gain over the long term. So you just really need to bear that in mind, guys. That all being said, I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. It's been absolutely fantastic to present to you. Hopefully in the coming days and weeks I'll be able to bring you even more information on this company. This is just getting it out there to you guys, my subscribers, so you guys can have a look into it as well. Thank you very much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in my next investing episode. Catch you there.